This is where the truck ended up, but look at the path of destruction. It hit this truck, the signage just right across the street, and then further down on Hammer Lane, you see an orange cone. It hit what used to be a light pole over there, and now a family is without a home. Now, the police are saying if it weren't for two good Samaritans who found the baby in this dumpster, that baby may not have been alive. One of the heroes we spoke to believes it was divine intervention. We learned that families were in a huge panic when they saw the flames from this pallet yard. Firefighters are still here making sure everything is safe. We also learned that families, some of them, were trying to put out the flames themselves. They are very distraught because they say in their 3 years living in that home, they never experienced anything quite like this, even though neighbors know the neighborhood as the Devil's Road. We spoke to people who knew the victim. They say he was a quiet man with a broken heart, and they say how he died is unjust and unfair. There's a little relief now, but amid the misinformation, there was panic, chaos, very surreal for many of the families who were here. The couple says the venue looked amazing. They thought they had a possible contender for their dream wedding, but they were shut down because of their sexual orientation, and it turns out they may not be the only ones. DEZANEA Reyes and her now fiancé Alex Biddle promised to dedicate their lives to one another. They have the ring, their love, and they thought they had the venue until they got this email. We spoke to the couple on Facebook.
If they don't want same-sex marriages on their property, I mean, because of their religion, they are entitled to that. But at least make it known.
Reyes says she reached out to Ocampo's Viaggio winery last week. Instead, they were told the owners would not allow their ceremony to be held on the property.
Making people of a same-sex relationships feel like they can't go out and ask for just inquiries, because that's all it was. It was just, hey, can I have a copy of your brochure?
In the email shared by Reyes, the employee states the owner also has a very strong personal religious belief regarding marriage, which is for marriage to be between heterosexual couples only. We visited the winery and spoke to the co-owner, Larry Lawrence, off camera. He said no comment.
It's crazy. Like, I couldn't believe how they even said it.
The owner suggested the couple hold the ceremony elsewhere, but added that they were invited to spend their money at the winery and host the reception there.
You're allowed to come in your wedding attire, because I feel like now you're treating me like I'm a 5-year-old, telling me what I can and cannot do.
The couple posted their frustration on social media, which caught the attention of TV personality Nikki Levy, who wed her partner 2 weeks ago, but wanted to see how Viaggio would respond. Word for word, she says she got the same email. We spoke to her over the phone.
To me, felt like if this was 50 years ago and I was part of an interracial couple, I could have gotten the same thing. It's just that gay marriage has only been legal for like 3 years.
Reyes says the owners changed their minds Wednesday morning, claiming they'll put aside their religious beliefs, but she says Viaggio is no longer an option for her dream wedding.
I want my dad to give me away, all that stuff. Like, I want that.
Just minutes ago, we got this statement from one of the co-owners. It reads in part, "Our staff, our customers, and our community have helped me see that I was wrong. All couples are welcome to hire our facilities for weddings and the celebrations that go with them." Unfair and unjust. They claim that most of the citations they were given are unfounded. Where there was once clients is no more, and New Hope Recovery, a facility that had helped thousands of people with addiction, is now shut down.
It is wickedly painful, and I am absolutely stunned by the actions of the department.
Gene Radino says the Department of Healthcare Services slapped his business with citations due to missed detoxification checks. A spokeswoman with the agency says the department shut down the rehabilitation center on July 25th. Shauna Phillips says the recovery center's internal audit painted a different picture.
We show that they're not even correct, so a lot of their findings weren't even factual.
Radino tells Fox 40 his facility offers the only medically supervised residential detox center within 80 miles. And the day they were shut down, people coping with pain medication, drug and alcohol addictions were told they could not get help here.
Why would they want to just destroy a resource that's been here for 30 years? I have no history of being non-compliant with the state.
The agency spokeswoman tells Fox 40 New Hope can appeal the matter.
Really hoping our voices are heard and that there can be some change, not only for our facility, but I can't imagine other facilities I'm sure have been in the same predicament.
But RADINO claims he's already appealed a number of times.
So it's kind of like, you know, being arrested for shoplifting, and when you go to court, the arresting officer said, yep, you're the guy that I arrested.
As the center remains closed, about a dozen employees are now laid off, and those who are left say they're forced to turn people away.
I was getting calls about people being in not safe places, not knowing what to do, and it was hard to not be able to help them.
RADINO says he is now working with an attorney to get their license back. The Turlock High School campus is not quite a stage,
I was really confused.
but this is definitely an entrance no one would want to miss.
Got to school not expecting to see the Phantom of the Opera right in front of me.
A treat for students who mostly see the serious side of teacher Joe DeGrazia.
He's been pretty stern. He's always been a pretty serious person, but he definitely has a goofy side to his personality, and that definitely was at least today.
This stuff is kind of sticky.
Every 4 years for the past 35 years of DeGrazia's teaching career has involved flair,
I remember I was like a IRS agent.
makeup,
I said I was an Irish mortician.
and a whole lot of entertainment.
I think it was just the shock effect for the kids, just to catch them off guard, to give them something to laugh at.
The transformations also involve a full makeover.
He usually has a full beard and a full mustache, and none of that was present today, so that was the most interesting part of today.
This year is extra special. But like any other play, the curtains will fall. This is Mr. DeGrazia's last year of teaching.
I thought about that. It's kind of a melancholy, nostalgic, because I guess I got to figure out something else to do.
While on this epic Halloween, he tricked most students with this phantom.
It was a surprise to me.
However, the teens also managed to surprise him with this performance.
I'm blown away.
A grand finale.
You're not going to become a murderous musical genius.
No, I don't think so. I love to karaoke.
For a teacher who has worn many costumes, but it seems his students like what's underneath the makeup the best.
He's a really stern guy, but once you get to know him, this is him.
Recede, Fox 40 News. And I'm Recede. This is the first officer death for the Davis Police Department in 6 decades. Officer Corona was described by the Davis Police Chief as a rising star in the department. For Bowl 53, there are a lot of predictions on who the winner will be, and even some extreme displays of fandom. Check out which team these animals picked to win it all. A storm has already brought several inches of rain to some parts of the valley and several feet of snow to the Sierra. We have team coverage on this round. In San Diego, ripped wood off a pier and broke through a 6-foot gap in a seawall. The rushing water and debris knocked down one woman as a nearby photographer captured this